Are we live?
Cool. Okay. Holy crap. The framing's awful on this shot. Sorry, guys. Hey, everybody. Whoa, we're just woo. Hey, guys. It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. It's our annual Wednesday live streams for all our newcomers. We're just chilling here today. And we're doing some stop motion photography, and we're gonna get to that in a sec. And yeah, you like the shirt, by the way. This is actually, I wanted to point this out for people wondering about the shirt. This was actually a gift received to me by the production, believe it or not, of Godzilla vs. Kong. This was given to you by a friend of mine who was on the set. So this is an actual production shirt from when they were filming the movie in Australia. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, as you guys can probably been telling from my current posts on Instagram and social media, I've been kind of getting into stop motion again. Now, the reason we're doing this, and yes, while we're at it, I'm playing the original King Kong on my television because I'm getting in the mood. So basically, I've been kind of getting into stop motion again, and it's for I've been just doing it for fun as a side project, basically. And I decided I'd show off some of the skills of doing stop motion and everything. And yes, we're using the Playmates Kongs for this thing. Again, this is just a fun project. I'll probably release it down the line, but I'm just doing this for the hell of it because I'm bored and to give you guys some Kong related stuff. But yeah, we're just going to be talking about it. And yeah, by the way, 100 years, I think, of Harryhausen. I think there's been some celebration. Is he turning 100 years old this year? I'm not too sure if Ray would have turned 100. Because I know he passed away, probably I want to say maybe 7-8 years ago. But yeah, so we're going to be doing some stop motion photography today. It's for a little side Kong project I'm doing just for funsies. I'll probably release the results later. I'm just doing it because I'm bored. And since we're still in this pandemic, I might as well. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get myself some air, because it is hot because of the hot lights we have. This really beautiful ring light. If you guys can get these ring lights, get them. But yeah, we're going to do some animation today. So just bear with me here while I get set up. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm also going to put the fan on because I need air. It is super... See, when you're working with stop motion, guys, it is super hot. So I'll try to answer questions as best as I can. But in the meantime, just enjoy us doing this animation. So the first shot we have is, you can see, we have our Kong figure here. Actually, move the camera around so you can see kind of the setup. So we have our Kong here. Basically, he's in chains and everything, you know. It's one of the world, King Kong! We're using the Playmates figure today. I've got some nice Bristol board for green screen. I've lit really well with this magical ring light. And we're actually using an old camera for this. This camera I had used on my Kong remake. This lasted all the way to the end of the effects production. In fact, you can see the screen does not work, but if you connect it to my computer, you can actually get still the results and make it look good and everything. So again, we're just using the spare one for now. But yeah, basically this is kind of our setup, and we've been doing animation for a couple of days. But yeah, as you can see, I've set up Kong where he's in chains. A Congo Unchained, if you will. And the way I did this, I just used a Lego chain and just covered him in aluminum tape. I've been using a lot of aluminum tape lately for stuff, so we're going to be using the same for the cufflinks for now because it's a bit smaller. So, yeah. So is Harryhausen 100? I think he's 100. I'm not 100% on that. So, while I'm going to go set up the computer for you guys. We'll set up the monitor so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, I've got the original Kong here for hell. I hope I don't get copyrighted. But we're just going to kind of minimize this. We're going to go to our settings. This is for a future commentary coming up. And we're just going to go into the animation room. So what I have here is basically, I have my computer, my editing software, connected to a USB, a capture card, which is Pinnacle, which is connected to the computer, which allows me to see this. This is kind of the results of what we get. Now I'm going to go to a 16:9 so make it more of a widescreen. And yeah, a shot like that should be good. I'm just going to adjust it a little bit, and I'm actually going to bring the mouse with me so I can animate on the side. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to kind of look back here and kind of adjust this. So we're just going to adjust the camera to a proper really thingy. Oh, shit. It's going a bit too high. I'm actually going to move you guys back. So, yeah, I've got the original on my TV. I usually, when I animate and whenever I do something, I always have background noise. I know, like, it's pretty... It was relatively cheap because I buy all my equipment secondhand. Pawn shops and whatnot are your best friend for equipment. Now, I'm just going to try to adjust the camera and look at the monitor because I'm looking back at my computer screen. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. Maybe about... Actually, I do like the low angle. It does make Kong technically taller. So we're going to go about there and lock it about there. Just going to lock the computer down, or the camera down. I think we can just probably... There we go. And I'm just going to adjust the puppet a little bit to there. So now we have our setup. We have our stop motion, so I'm just going to bring us over here and just get the animation set up. I'm shooting at about 30 frames a second, by the way. There we go. And let us begin. So for those who don't know how stop motion works, is basically it's a bunch of frames. We usually shoot about 30 frames a second. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually going to click a frame. You have a startup frame. So there we go. And now we're just going to slightly adjust this. So very slightly. I'm actually going to bring you guys over so you can see it a bit better. Just see me do animation here on the side. Click. So yeah, you basically have to go in with your puppet, and you basically got to move it very slightly, not even half an inch, to get the right smoothness. You go in, you click a frame. Let's move it again. Just very slightly. You also want to kind of adjust it. Now, the thing is, to keep this locked on the ground, I'm actually using plasticine to keep them stuck to the floor, to keep them stuck to the table. Normally, with a stop-motion table, you'd have to drill holes and kind of lock it into place, but we don't have that kind of tech, so we're just going to be using plasticine for this. So I'm just going to go back and click another animation. And it's a lot easier to use plasticine. Oh, shit. Now, where I got the plasticine, believe it or not, some of this plasticine I had used on the puppets for my own Kong film. And where I got the plasticine, actually, because we had started this movie in high school, my last year, and I actually had grabbed plasticine from the art department, the art classes that they were throwing out. So I've been using those. So I have a ton of it still, and I still have some of the puppets from it. But yeah, we're just doing that for Kong right now. So I'm just gonna add an extra frame. Sometimes it's good to have extra frames to kind of pad your animation a little bit. It's just very slight. We're basically trying to make him where he's all moody and depressed, basically. So I'll try to answer questions the best I can. Would you do this, but with the Chucky doll from Child's Play? I'd love to. That'd be cool. If somebody wanted to hire me to do animation, I could probably do that. So it's just more just like making him look a bit down, very slightly. Very slightly there. So again, guys, this is a very focused process, so if I can't answer that many questions, I'll try. Say, Jack, Harryhausen was still alive. Would you ask him? I'd want to ask him about his involvement with Hammer's Kong, because I believe the original plan was back in '66. Hammer was supposed to do a Kong remake for their 100th film, but they were going to have Ray Harryhausen do the effects for it, and even at one point, they were going to get David Prowse to be the monster, to be Kong. But unfortunately, because at the time, RKO had their no remakes policy, they couldn't do it, so they decided to make 1 Million Years BC, which in my opinion is my favorite Harryhausen movie. I'm just gonna click the frame. So just very slight movements. In a way, we're kind of making it look like the giant mannequin robot that Carl Rambaldi had designed for Kong 76. Can you do a remake of The Hobbit and make it long besides making it? I wouldn't mind seeing a fan edit of the Jackson movies, which I did enjoy. Did you see my script for my Kong fan film? Not yet, Jack Neath. If you can send that to me via Facebook, that'd be great. Very slightly. Yeah, it's just stop motion. I've kind of gotten back into it. Say, Jack, do you remember? Okay, I missed that one. That Dino Riders Rex I see on this shelf. Yep, that is an original Dino Riders. In fact, I'll get to that in a sec. I'll take a break from the framing and I'll just show you that if you want to know. So, something funny. I'm actually going to dim the light a little bit just for now, just so you guys can see. If you are wondering, yes, these are Dino Riders figures. These are from the Tyco line back in the 80s. I've been finding these toys secondhand stores, but this is an original T-Rex. There's a Triceratops. I do have the Stegosaur and a couple of pterodactyls. But other than that, yeah, like these are pretty rare toys now, actually. But I keep them up here just as a nostalgia shelf, and I use them for all of for some projects. I wouldn't mind using them more often because the Dino Rider toys are honestly as good as the ones from Jurassic Park that Kenner made back in the 90s. So let's get this back up and running. Let's get the light back. Whoa, it's light bright, shines so bright. Let's get another frame. Here we go. And yeah, just very slight movements to get him feeling a bit miserable. Get him that kind of where he wishes he could break free in a way. There we go. But yeah, we're just doing stop motion. I hope you guys enjoy these streams because I enjoy doing these stop motion streams occasionally. And then once this is over, I can show you the final result. I want to get the fingers back in a little bit. There we go. So yeah, guys, don't mind me. I'm still just doing the animation. Say, Jack, do you know that Rex from Toy Story was based? Yes, I did. I did know that Rex was based on the Dino Riders T-Rex, for those who don't know. So that was probably the perfect rendition of Rex from Toy Story right there. Very slight movements. Because the idea is he's supposed to be in a cage. We're actually going to add the cage in the foreground. Thoughts on Lucy's father design? Pretty good in Inuyasha Dinosaur 101 from what you've been setting. You like the old woman in the remake of Kongo 5? You mean the Faye Ray cameo that was supposed to happen? That would have been nice, but they didn't do it because Faye Ray passed away before they started shooting. You had your shot in 1975, you had your shot in 1996, and you didn't do it. Am I married yet? No, not my priority. Talk about the native woman. Oh, the girl who was Donkey Kong, or as they used to say, Donkey Kong. She was okay. I thought the natives were kind of lackluster in Jackson's version. I mean, I get what he was going for. Oh, and one thing that happens is the camera falls asleep, so you just got to be careful to make sure it doesn't. Just very slight movements with the animation. Yeah. Stop motion, honestly, it's not for everybody. It's pretty much like doing cartoons, but instead of doing drawings, which take longer, you use a model. So your animation model is already there. Very slight movements in him because he's supposed to be like a giant in this shot. I want to move his head a little bit slightly. Honestly, the Playmates toys are actually pretty good figures for the Jackson remake. The only downside is they're now super duper expensive. Please show the rest of your DVDs next time. Maybe, depending if I'm busy. And I saw the Broadway musical Lion King in New York. Yeah, it's the Broadway musical review is coming. I'm just haven't edited yet. It's all in the can. I just haven't edited it down yet, and I'm still waiting to do some reshoots. But I gotta wait till this thing is over. till this pandemic is over. I want to move his head a little bit. Oh, shit. Very slightly. And click. What's great is my computer makes a sound to tell me I've done the frame, which is great. Well, maybe move him a little bit fast now. Very slightly. See, Jack, thought about using both visual practical effects for Minion and my MonsterVerse Son of Godzilla. Do it. Do it. I would try to maybe do a suit, because you'll show a bit more authenticity. But, yeah. Move him a little bit faster. Maybe move his wrist a little bit. Oh, I do like his. I do like that. I do like this. I just came up with the idea of him grabbing the chain, which is great. Very slightly. Move his head. Now this figure I got at a garage sale, and he's like probably the most posable out of the Playmates line. But yeah, these toys are actually really hard to find now, apparently. Human villains in my Son of Godzilla movie has pet hyenas. That'd be cool if they turn into like radiated hyenas, actually. That'd be great. I want to get him a bit more, maybe have him grip the chain a little bit. There we go. I actually do like this pose Kong has right now, because he's like, "Come on, contained!" Very slight movements. Stop motion is, again, stop motion. There's a lot of patience that you have to get into with this. So sometimes if I can't see you guys, it's because I'm animating. Move it up a little bit, and then he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" It's just fun to do this kind of stuff. What type of stop motion style? I'm using a Pinnacle software. Pinnacle is what I use for all my editing programs. Bring him up a little bit because he's starting to winch down a bit. It's all about, again, patience, guys. Patience here. When are you going to do an opening night on How to Train Your Dragon series? David, you know what? That's going to be my next set of opening night reviews, because I do need something to pad the channel. So I'll do those 3 movies coming up. I'll just have to take time to watch them, though. But at the moment, given this animation, I am very busy. I can try to maybe do something next week, but no promises on there, but I'm going to try. I made a stop motion Godzilla test film. Oh, cool! Did you ever release it? That'd be interesting to see. How do you get the Kong movie to the theater? How did I get it into a cinema? I asked the theater to show it. That's how I did it. One of my channel I really said, oh, cool. What are some things I could use as a King Kong stop motion model? Well, for one thing, you could go the robot chicken route and use toys, which I normally try to do sometimes. So it has a very robot chicken feel to it. Plus, it's a bit faster to do. In fact, I do have a couple of figures that you could use as reference, just as an example. One being, if I can get up to him, hold what we got. Just move the Dino Rider Stego up here for now, or move him over here. One of them being, this guy would be worth investing in. Plus, you could also get the Kong figures that are coming out for Kong versus Godzilla, the new one. I'd also recommend this guy. As you can see, he dwarfs the Playmates Kong. This is the 18-inch tall Kong Skull Island figure. One, I got this at G-Fest, relatively cheap at the time. But what's really cool about this is that he's pretty much accurate to the size of the original Kong puppet from 1933, and I think that was the intention of the toy makers, is to make it look like the 18-inch tall Kong. And what's really cool about this is that it also kind of looks like the mannequin, the giant mannequin robot Kong from '76. It's even got kind of the same movements. Now, I haven't been using him, but I am using the Playmates Kong for now. But for now, I would recommend maybe getting this guy. I don't know if they're putting out another one for Godzilla vs. Kong. I really hope they do. But there's that Kong right there that you can use. Let me just put him back. I'm so happy I got this. I think I paid like $10 for him. Whereas here you try to get him, he's like 50. It's freaking ridiculous. Get the fuck back here, buddy. Okay, I'll just leave you there for now. You'll be okay. You'll be fine just laying down there. Another figure I'd recommend for animation, if you want. This guy's a little bit more rare. That's the McFarlane Kong figure from, I think, 2000? I've had this guy since I was a kid. It's one of my first Kong figures. It's based on the original 1933 film. It did come with a Fay Ray, but I've since lost it. This Kong's actually a pretty kick-ass figure. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he actually pretty accurate to the 1933 film. Like, look at his eyes. He's fucking horrifying. He's a great figure. But yeah, I'd recommend these. If not, if you're going to do your own stop motion, another thing I'd recommend to build armatures, basically, if you're wondering. Oh, shit, he's going to fall. If you're going to build armatures, I'd recommend something like this. If you want to build, like, a skeletal armature, get yourself some used Bionicles and come up with something like this. This is a Lego Kong figure that I actually custom made. I just had to paint the chest, but yeah, you can also get something like this. Is a custom Bionicle, and then just wrap it in like cotton, fur, whatever. The only thing that's really going to be tricky for anybody is the head. Because the head you probably have to get sculpted or use like a figure of. There's some ways to do it. I'd recommend the best way to do it is use a guy in a suit. Is the best one. So again, don't mind me, guys. I'm just trying to show off some stuff to people who have questions. Maybe at some point I'll talk about the toys, the Kong toys, but it's not really a priority. Also, my short test is 5 seconds. Cool! But yeah, and then dinosaurs, again, you can use toys. Toys are probably the best thing you want to use because they're a lot easier to use as figures, essentially. So let me just move them slightly. Again, very slight movements with this figure. Will I make Lego Jaws again? Probably not. The first one's pretty good. If I did Jaws 2, I don't know. Again, I want to kind of get back into Lego stuff, but they just, they do take time. If anything, if I get into Legos again and I don't do my show, I would probably have to, basically, I don't know, like, do these live streams more often so you can see the behind-the-scenes process. Just move him head very slightly. Favorite King Kong design? I'm gonna go with the 76 design. If anything, I want to see a proper version of the, like, the thing is with Kong, I miss when he was scary. And the way I would see it is if they did kind of these gorilla ape hybrids. Not a full-on gorilla because he's kind of mutated. But yeah. Can make stop motion in Battle of Pelennor Fields. That would take a long ass time and a long to duplicate it. It's a very tiring process. I'll bring his arm down a little bit so you can look at the crowd. Favorite is the 1933 Kong along with the long face puppet. Yeah, the long face. Here's the thing. It's funny because for the longest time, pun intended, Bob Burns was thought to have the long face puppet, but then it turns out he had the short face puppet. The long face puppet is actually in the care of Peter Jackson that he won in an auction a couple of years ago. Again, this does take a little bit of time to get used to in terms of animation. Again, very slight. See, I'm only moving it like half an inch. Because most people doing the Jackson remake is that he had to do he had to do camera training exercises to learn how to crank the camera. And he learned that back then it's very manual because if you move the framing too fast, the image is going to go into slow motion. If you move it too slow, it looks like Babe Ruth running at the basis of the speed of light. So, depending on how many times you move it, so if you want something to move a bit slower, like say you want something with a bit more of a smooth motion, you got to move it very slightly. If you want something to go in fast motion, that means you can move it one frame, then another frame, then another frame, just to give it that more, faster movement, essentially. But if you're doing like something where he's just kind of walking, very casual, you want to kind of go very slight frames. But then if you want to run, like that, then you go like, 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frames. Like maybe about 5 frames a step to give it that more speed run feel. It's essentially the way to go about it in terms of animation. Besides Steven Spielberg, who do you think should direct an Indiana Jones movie after Spielberg? I would go with J.J. Abrams or, You know what? Jordan Vogt Roberts would do an excellent Indiana Jones film, although I want him more to do an Evangelion movie. Especially since Weta has those designs still that they've had since the 2000s. Would I remember Die Hard? I've never seen Die Hard. And I have the movies, I just haven't watched them yet. Surprisingly. Let's see, so I want to capture frame. There you go. Bring his arm very slightly down. Say, Jack, if they say Godzilla versus Kong was made, what would you think Kong would look like? Actually, funny enough, if you guys enjoyed that Liz trailer, Kaiju Network actually just put out a fake trailer for an 80s style Godzilla vs. Kong movie. Go check it out on his channel, but I thought about doing that myself, like a fake trailer, but using footage from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and then like incorporating like the 70s Kong into it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Favorite King Kong figure? In terms of ones I own, it's really the McFarlane or the 18-inch Kong Skull Island figure. That or this guy who you have seen proudly in my reviews. This guy. This is a plushie from the King Kong encounter at Universal Studios all the way back in 1986. I picked him up for a really good bargain for about $20 off eBay. And what's really great about him is that he has a battery pack, and if you press his chest, he doesn't do it now, but you press his heart, and he roars like the ride. So this is like, we're looking at right now like a 35-year-old plushie here, and it's really nice. I really like him. He's like my little baby. He's like my little baby gorilla. It's adorable. But yeah, like I love the detail in him. Like, look at that. See, you don't get shit like this anymore at the parks. You don't get like figures like this anymore. It's a great figure. Like I mean, you could probably put, wiring on this and make him a puppet. Other than that, I mean, I've got a ton of Kong figures. Like, one I don't really count as a Kong figure, but it is kind of cool. I have the original Beast Wars Optimus Prime. Got it. I also have the original Beast Wars Megatron. I've had these toys since I was a kid, but these are, because Beast Wars was my generation's Transformers, but as you can see, they are really nice figures. And I just keep them in their beast form because they just look better. I was never a fan of turning them into their robot form. But yeah, they have all their accessories and everything. But again, these are the original Kenner ones from back in the 90s when I was a kid. Just put those back. But yeah, when it comes to toys, it's like I'm very vintage. I'm very classic toys because that's just kind of my style. Let's say got that. Bring his arm down. Psycho for its 60th anniversary. I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to do that. I want to do some Hitchcock movies at some point. Maybe for Halloween, we do a Hitchcock-a-thon. That'd be kind of cool. I'm in the middle of making my own Kong movie, and I was wondering if you could watch and review it. When it comes out, definitely. I'll react to it. I'll do a review if you want me to. Definitely. I'm always up for doing more films. I just want to get the main ones I want to talk about first out of the way because I do have a consistent schedule with my show. But maybe if you want, I can maybe have it where it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do next, Like the portals from Endgame. We might do something like that down the road. What do you think of those old Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah trailers that used footage from the Showa era? That was actually kind of cool. I actually thought those were really cool. I love the old Heisei Godzilla teasers. Because it's like, literally, they have to come out a year before production, and they have to use footage from the previous film. Which is, like, really funny. Just gonna slightly move him here. There we go. I got a question about the fan films. Do you need to ask the studio to make it? No, I just review them. I just review them on my own. As long as I have a copy, or as long as I'm able to watch it, it's good. I heard Terminator will get a reboot. 96 film in the future, but that is not 100%. It's kind of, again, Lego's animation, if anything, will just be done for funsies. Okay, we're almost done this shot. I just want to get a few more frames in there. Few more frames, and then we'll move on to the next shot. Okay, I think that's going to do it. So let's go take a look at the shot. And while I'm doing that, I'll answer questions. When you make a fan film, do you ask the studio to make it? No, the thing is with fan films is that I think what people fail to realize is that when you do a fan film, you do run into the trouble of copyright from the studio, which is why most fan films are actually done under the table or off the grid in order to avoid any copyright problems. So for me, when I did Kong, I didn't tell the studio about that. Why would I do that? Why would I tell the studio? Because I want to tell the stories I've always wanted to do. So let me get my mouse. I'm an idiot. Let's see here. Doop-de-doo. Okay, so the shots we're going to edit in the timeline, and that was a total of 5 seconds. Yay! It took me 35 minutes to do that shot. Don't save. So let's take a look and see how this shot came out. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let me answer some questions while we're waiting. Could you make a Godzilla movie? It's not really on my to-do list. Cruel Jaws review? I've thought about reviewing that. I've really thought about reviewing something Jaws again. I don't know what exactly. Say, Jack, what type of animals would you think Minya's behavior should be like for the son of Godzilla? I would think of more as like a baby elephant. A baby elephant would be the best form of reference. I think I may use some spare clay to make a Kong armature. Awesome! Awesome! Question is, how are you going to do the fur? Because you want to make sure the fur matches with the plaster scene. Writing a book about Titanic. Good for you. Okay, so, yes, I have seen District 9. So, let's take a look at the shot. So, here's the shot. All pretty much good to go. Now, let's see how it plays. Oh, yeah, that looks amazing. Look at that. Look at that smooth stop motion. So, what we're going to do is we're going to export it, and we're actually going to render it. Now, I'm going to render... Normally, when I render, I use Windows Media. And I render it, we're going to render this thing at around 30 frames a second. So, HDV, Show Center 2000, and we're just going to get that rendered. Let me just go to where I'm saving this. It's on there. Okay, so, I'm going to put it under BW for Broadway. BW1. I usually put like code files in them. And we're going to let that render. Might take a few minutes. So while we're at it, I'll answer a few more questions. I want to make a Kong film, but so I don't need to ask the studio. No, go ahead, just make it. Fuck it. Just make it. Make it and just add it up as you go. Imagine if Danny DeVito's checkpoint. Oh my god. That'd be hilarious. Well, Danny DeVito did technically edit parts of Peter Jackson's Kong. Believe it or not, in the production diaries, you can see him editing some scenes, which is hilarious. Jack, what happened to the Lego shark that was used in Jaws? I still have it. It's from the Aqua Raider set. It's just packed up in storage right now. Okay, so the shot is rendered. So let's take a look at it and see how it looks, shall we? The more you know. I'm actually going to put it on repeat so you guys can take a look. And there's the shot completely rendered. So what's cool is I can composite it and add stuff in the background. That's going to look fantastic. It's going to look amazing. But there we go. So now we're going to move on to the next shot. So I'm just going to basically go back to import. And we're going to go back. And there we go. And now we're going to go on to the next shot. Now, do you want me to move a different place so you can see it better? I'm trying to see if I can find you guys a better position to see. Whoop! Oh, almost lost you there. Almost dropped my phone. So let's see. Let's get you maybe. Make it up where you guys can't see the thing. The thing on the thing. It's a thingy-majingy. Still light back there. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm just trying to position you where you can have a better look at the animation. Here, I'll just put you... Oh, there we go. That's actually a lot better. Now, what I'm also going to do is give you guys... I'm going to get my chair so you can see me in action. So there's the shot. So we want to angle it to where it's zoomed in on Kong. So we get much more of a aggressive looking creature. Let's see. Nope. It's gonna take me a minute just to position them. And yeah, I'm trying to get this done in the same amount of time as the original Kong to get these shots done, which is kind of funny. There we go. That's the frame. There it is. Okay. So it's a bit more of a close-up of Kong. So I'm just gonna get my chair. Let's see here. Okay. Can you guys see me? Okay, you can't really see me. Shit. Well, that's not gonna work. Let me actually sit somewhere. It's all about comfortability with this stuff. So, no, that's fair. I'm just gonna do it like this so you can at least see what the hell I'm doing. Oh, I can actually see the framing here a lot better. let me just move you guys slightly. Have I seen Commando? No, but I have it and I plan to watch it. Let's see. So we want to just go to shot number 1. Got the first frame. So it's just about moving his head, basically. Very, very slightly. Bring him down a little bit. There we go. It's kind of like that scene in the original where he kind of looks out at the crowd. And he's just like... We're kind of doing that kind of thing right now. Let's see. Let's get a slight framing. What's cool is I can actually move his body to also add to the movement of his head. Very slightly. Give that kind of robotic feel to him. Very slightly. Click. There. Very slightly. Click. It's the frame. Very slightly. Click. Orwin Wilson being Jack and Legend. Oh, fuck that. Hey, Smith, good to see ya. We're just doing some stop-motion photography on King Kong today. And it's also, we're celebrating this week, I think, 100 years of Harryhausen, I believe. Hence the title of this live stream. Move his body slightly. Now, I wish he had mouth movement, but unfortunately this figure does not have such. Again, very slight movements with this figure. My Kong movie, my Kong will fight two-headed snake. Ooh, I like that idea. A double dragon, essentially. God, I wish. Have I seen Jurassic Park in 3D? Actually, yeah. The first time I technically saw it in theaters was the 3D re-release. So I've actually seen all films in theaters. That was a great moment. I actually managed to see Jurassic Park 3D twice in theaters. Once with my uncle, and the other with Brad, because we both decided let's just go see Jurassic Park in theaters, because fuck it. It's a good movie to see on the big screen. If you had written Jaws 3, what would you have changed with the final film? I probably would have made the effects better and actually taken it back out to sea like in the original. Is what I would have done. Everything else was fine, and then also try to add Roy Scheider, maybe even Richard Dreyfuss into the film. At least. Something on that level. Okay, and there's that shot done of a close-up of Kong. So we're just going to go ahead and get that rendered. Edit in timeline. And let's go back and see how the shot came out. Alright, so here's the shot. All good to go. Let's see how it looked. Yeah! So I'm actually going to extend that frame a little bit. That first frame is going to be extended a little bit to give more length to the film. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. I'm also going to extend that as well to about... I'm going to make this about a 2-second frame. There, about 2 seconds, just to extend it a little bit in length. So, there we go. Yeah, that looks way better. Thoughts on the latest MonsterVerse Kaiju? Think it looks okay. It's basically a giant cobra, which I think is actually kind of kick-ass. So again, we're going to go there. We're going to go to Broadway 2. I'm going to go to 2. Yes, I'm playing the original Kong on TV. I'm playing it because why not? And we're going to start that export. And while you're waiting, here's a clip of Kong. Great movie. Great fucking movie. Oh, shit. Can I go back, please? Great movie. Okay. Let's see. So there's the Kong, and let's see the shot rendered. Yeah! Look how cute that is. Okay, now on to shot number 3D. Let's go. Whoop! Now, I wonder if I should actually... I wonder if I can show you guys this way. This way would actually be kind of cool. Don't mind my hand. Don't mind my lightsabers. Don't mind me plugging in the goddamn cord. Let's see. Now, I won't be able to read, maybe I can, actually. I can actually, ooh, I know what I can do. And there we go. Yeah! Now, look at that. Yeah! And now you guys can see me work. Let's see. What if Kong was a movie was rated R? The closest we probably got was Kong Skull Island. Why not make a Lego Jaws Revenge? That'd be good. Just do the whole series. Oh, God. The third one would just be, it's a piece of brick shit. I don't even know how I could do Lego 3D. Hi, Count Bliss. Good to see you. Will you be making Let's Talk? So, if you don't know, my Let's Talk show actually got incorporated into the BigJackFilms review. We are doing and they're basically editorial episodes. So my next video will be a Let's Talk sort of thing on a certain anime. That's going to be the next BigJackFilms review. And I'm probably going to be working on that maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. So look forward to that. So, this next shot. We have to get more of a close-up into his chains as he breaks them apart. I'm actually going to double this as one shot. What I'm going to do, zoom out. Zoom out. No, that's a little too much. A little bit. And right there's pretty much perfect for that frame. Okay. Let me get the mouse. Actually, watch this. I'm going to do a perfect representation of Cooper. Or Willis O'Brien. There. Now I'm Willis O'Brien. I got my pipe. Okay, so let's do this next frame. What? Let's see. There. I'll be very slightly with this. What do you think it should be a name? Eat part. Pet hyenas? I don't know. I don't know. Hyenas? Kong versus the Mummy. Ooh, that'd be cool. Kong versus Imhotep. Jack Driscoll meets Rick O'Connell. Or no, fuck. Put Rick O'Connell in a Mummy movie on Skull Island. I'd watch that. BigJackFilms, may I please request you do a Let's Talk about why Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man sucks? It might be an option. In fact, one of our Patreon rewards we're actually going to do is if you donate 100 on Patreon, we can actually make episodes. That would be a good idea. Why not make a show of cooking a great white shark? Ew. I don't eat sharks. Unless you're talking about making an animatronic, which I've wanted to do. Thoughts on the gift I made for you? It looks fantastic, Inuyasha Dinosaur. Would you like another Predator movie? No, the last one was a piece of shit. That was awful. So I want to get it to where he grabs the chain slightly. There. Bring that up. Make Lego Spider-Man 4. Actually, I heard, isn't there supposed to be a fan film of Spider-Man 4 at some point? I'm not 100% on that. Say, Jack, what do you think we should be name of hyenas with a K instead of H? What if Arnold would return for another Predator? That would be good. I think they've been rumored to do that for a while. In fact, my idea is that because Fox owns the Alien and Predator franchise, why not make a ride called Alien vs. Predator: The Ride? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. You set Animal Kingdom, or if you want to be kind of creative, set it at the Hollywood Studios. Basically, you enter a jungle, the same jungle from Predator, but there's a alien ship, a xenomorph ship, or something, like one of the xenomorph ships that crashes in the same jungle where Arnold is. And the idea is that you get Arnold Schwarzenegger back, but you also get Sigourney Weaver back. And basically, you go into the ship, and it's like this dark, it's kind of like this dark scare maze kind of thing, where you're going through the alien ship, very claustrophobic, but you see Arnold and Ripley in the monitors. And the idea would be is that they're telling you, you got to get out of here. The aliens and predators have been fighting each other for years. and your only hope is to destroy them. So basically, think Men in Black Alien Attack at Universal Studios Florida, but with aliens and predators, and you use the guns from Alien. The rifles from Aliens. That would be amazing. Like, that would be an amazing ride at Disneyland. Because technically, yeah, they do own Alien and Predator, so why the fuck not? Measure a remake of Kong for the MonsterVerse. Probably not. Unless you can't make it a 1933 film and change it slightly. Blu-ray or DVD? I prefer DVD because Blu-rays don't have many bonus features anymore. I think that would have been a bad movie because Jaws would have won against Orca. Have you not played Jaws Unleashed? What is my favorite Godzilla film? I'll give spoilers because I do want to talk about Godzilla movies at some point. Godzilla vs. Destroyer is my personal favorite Godzilla movie. I want to bring them up a bit more slightly. Kind of bring it where he grabs the chains and then releases them ever so slightly. Here, let's get that fist feel. Yeah! Jack, Ducky, Soul, Devil Cake, King of the Apes. Oh God, I don't know. No, I don't want to think about Kong, King of the Apes ever again. With Chucky Ride at Universal Studios, I don't know. They had a scare maze at the House of Horrors where Chucky showed up, but I'm not 100% on a actual Chucky ride. Chucky versus Leprechaun? Absolutely. It's not Harryhausen's birthday. Okay, what is it then? Why is everybody talking about Harryhausen all of a sudden on social media? Mario and Luigi having lightsaber katana swords. Wouldn't the lightsabers be plums? Like plumbing sticks? There you go. Be like Looney Tunes back in action when Bugs Bunny had a freaking carrot lightsaber. He was technically the first person to use the crossguard saber. Okay, so now we want to get it where it breaks. So we're just going to very slightly make the frame look good. And I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah, there we go. Very slightly. So now his chains are being broken off. Alright guys, just need to focus on this. Are you interested in Dune? I've never seen the original, but I might check it out when the new movie comes out. It's the same thing with Top Gun. I want to talk about maybe the Top Gun movie, but I don't know if that would be kind of up my alley. I'm just going to slightly bring it to where these chains sort of come off. There goes my pipe. Now, what's cool about aluminum tape, you can make it look like it's actually falling, which is really cool. So that's that. There goes his chain piece. Will it be about Inuyasha? What do you mean, what was it about Inuyasha? Not sure what you mean by that. Oh! There we go. Hey Jack, I'm working on a scene in my series where Lucy and the Sailor Scouts fighting one of my villains named Derek with a mutated hybrid. That sounds interesting. Who would Kong or the Indominus Rex? I think Kong would ultimately win. Taking his jaw off would be a little bit more tricky, I think. Very slight movements. Just keep this going until basically the movie's over on my stream. Will I review Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Probably not. Probably not on my to-do list right now. Should there be a Joker 2? I'm 50-50 about that happening. I really am 50-50 on a Joker 2. I would love it if they include Batman, but probably not in the best interest for the people involved. Just kind of slightly adjust him a bit. Kind of get it to where he pulls the chain off his thing. There we go, like that. Very slightly get him around his hand. There we go. We're being... Oh, there it goes. You think Toby will return as Spider-Man? I would love that since Sam Raimi's directing Doctor Strange too. It's like paper thin for comic, which is kind of cool. Yeah. There we go. Kong is free at last. See, BigJackFilms, what kind of Ice Age creatures would you imagine on Skull Island? Probably a mammoth, if anything. Again, sorry if I can't answer that many questions. I'm just trying to get this shot done. BigJackFilms, mine is King Kong versus Godzilla. Alright, that works. Sorry about that, guys. We lost connection because my mother was using the microwave. Yay! That always affects the internet. Son of a bitch. Oh shit, was my hand in frame? Son of a bitch, I think my hand was in frame. Hold up. Sorry about that, guys. Have I seen Joker yet? Yes, I have. You can check out my own night on it. Let's try to get more of a... Imagine Nick Cage in Lord of the... Oh, God, there's so many odd casting decisions now. Gotta kind of speed it up now that he's free. Would you rather watch King Kong 1933 or Son of Kong? Probably the original. He's gonna come in and he's just gonna punch out the gate, basically. I hope that didn't get in the frame. $33 or $76, both. I can't really decide that. Hey, it's like the shot in the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer in that angle. That's hilarious. King Kong... Don't know... The idea is that the cage is in front of him, and I'm going to add that as a foreground effect, which is kind of cool. Now he's just going to start walking, so we're just going to slightly move his body. This is where you get to see me do him walk. Oh, almost. He almost fell. Would you rather help sharks and ban shark fin soup? I'd rather help sharks, because sharks are good for our environment, and they're awesome. Am I going to review the Indiana Jones movies? Maybe someday. They're not on my radar currently. Probably when the movie comes out, I might take a look at them. Review Quiet Place. Not on my radar. BigJackFilms, are you going to make a Heisei-style Godzilla vs. Kong trailer? I might, actually. That might be an idea I've been thinking about tackling. Slightly more. He's got a bit more of a pace to him. Again, they can't slump or sag because they're holding all their weight on their body, essentially. What if they made Indiana Jones TV show animated with Bruce Campbell? I wouldn't mind an animated series. That would be kind of cool to have. Should they continue more movies in 3D? It's less 3D and it's more just HD 3D. It doesn't really have this coming at it. Instead, it's just to make the quality better. There we go. Very slight movements. Do you think Indiana Jones 5 is a good idea? After this, they should reboot it and just get Chris Pratt to play them and do the route of James Bond, basically. Is what I think they should do. Hi, Roger. Good to see ya. If I'm pronouncing that right, I apologize if not. Indiana Jones on Skull Island would be cool. Yeah, it's called Lego Adventurers Dino Island. Look it up. Fuck, there he goes. Figure that was happening. Now, thankfully, what's cool about Pinnacle, it can actually pinpoint where I left off. So I don't have to worry about any kind of problems. So, like that. Have you seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It's okay. It's a scary movie, but not one of my personal favorites. Have I ever seen Devilfish Monster Shark 1984? No, I have not. Yeah, Chris Pratt would be good, I think, as Indiana Jones. Just in my humble opinion. Say, BigJackFilms, me and my friends thought about doing a Dino Zombie movie. Do it! I'll watch it! Dino Zombies sound amazing. I had no idea Pinnacle had stop motion. Yeah, it does. You need the Pinnacle capture card for it, though, Kaiju Network. Let's see, was it like... We're going to give him more of a pass there. 18-foot tall Jason or King Kong? Kong would kick Jason's ass if he was 18 foot. Favorite Ray Harryhausen dinosaur model? Definitely the Allosaurus from 1 million years BC is my personal favorite. Do you like Post Malone music? I don't know who that is. Thoughts on Lucy's sword and dinosaurs? Looks cool. Or how about this? A Tetsaiga-style sword using a fang of a dinosaur. Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. There you go. That's more like it. You should look at Yog Monster from space. I've seen that. It's like a Godzilla-sized chicken, isn't it? It's kind of weird. Favorite monster model? Fuck. Like, stop motion model? I would probably say Kong, original. Let's just kind of bring him back up a bit. There we go. He was going in the right direction. Okay, so I think that's the shot, and now we're gonna go render that. So let's go back to the editing room, or the editing portion. Oop. Again, apologies for like that reconnection, because what happened was my mom uses the microwave, and apparently it's connected to the internet somehow. So unfortunately, like, you can't see the entirety of what's going on. Do want to save changes to stop motion 8. Don't save. Come on, buddy. Let's do this. Okay, so here's the shot. Let's get that going. Alright, let's see how this looked. This took me a while. This is like 8 seconds of animation. Let's see that. Yeah! Go Kong! Yeah, rip the fuck out of it. Look how nice that looks. Yeah! And there he goes. He's gonna go free. Okay, so we're gonna export this, and while we're waiting for that, here's a scene from the original where the pterodactyl. Love this scene. I still don't know how. Let's see. David Schwimmer, appear in the Monsterverse, kind of a character you think he should play. I have no idea. So I'm gonna make that number 3. And we're gonna save. In the meantime, enjoy this clip from King Kong. Such a great scene. I love this movie. Although it's funny, the Pteranodon always looked like a butterfly to me. It's a big butterfly. Oh, did it not render? Fuck. Okay, there we go. Now it's gonna render. Yes, I love how those are stunt guys. You can tell those are stuntmen, which is crazy. Think of Manila or Kiko. Kiko's cooler. Right, Mothra. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Here's how the shot looks. Let him rip that shit apart. That's amazing. It's gonna look so good. Yeah! Original Kong was the best. Yep, that's Kong for you. Okay, so, let's bring you guys back. I think we're actually gonna call this stream a day because, oh wait, hang on. No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Are we still here? Are we still here? Yes, we are. Okay. Sorry, I just lost track of buttons. So, yeah, we're gonna call this live stream a day. Basically, I'm gonna answer 3 more questions, and then we're gonna call it a day. So, let's see. Wait, who chained up Kong? You will find out when this film is done. That's question number 1. Let's see. Can I review Shark Night? Nah, I didn't care much for that movie. The villain's plot was good. Sword Forge for... That's pretty cool. Alright, last question. Can I review the Spider-Man trilogy? I thought about talking about Spider-Man. It's not really on my radar at the moment, but currently there's a lot of reviews we already got booked for the year. But again, we might set up something on Patreon where if people donate a certain amount, we'll do a review. So, and then last question I want to say, the next King Kong review. The next King Kong review will be on the books of Kong. And what's great about that is that I have the script done, and I just have to film it. And I just have to film it, I have to record it, and that's going to be a very easy episode. And then after that, I'm debating if I want to say what the next episode is, because I want to kind of give requests out for people to talk about certain Kong reviews while we're waiting for this to end. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens. But those are our last questions. Of course, if you guys have any more, let me know in the comments. And of course, you can, if you guys have any questions you want to send us via mail, you want to send us donations, you want to send us gifts, props, whatever, donations to help the channel, you can at this address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. The addressing, mailing, shipping will be in the description below. And again, we always are welcome to props, donations, gifts, and letters from you guys. We really, a copy of my Kong remake on VHS, and this lovely VHS tape. They're $5 plus shipping. Just send us a message via Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and we will send you our PayPal account, and you can get it. It's $5 plus shipping. So depending on where you're shipping, we can add up how much it's going to be. But yeah, you can own one of these. We have these. They're on actual VHS tapes. We actually put our movie on VHS. So, alright guys, so be sure to join me tomorrow. Tomorrow you will be seeing a commentary on part 2 of our Dragon Ball Evolution review. That'll be tomorrow. And then Friday you will be seeing our new BigJackFilms review on Flash Gordon. We're really excited to put that out. Early screenings are still available on Patreon if you want to subscribe to us. So until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off saying, I gotta go Ray Harryhausen on this shit with a Coca-Cola and a pipe in my hand. See you later, guys. Take care. Peace out. Stay safe.